So form versus function. Can you have them both on a 911? Let's see on today's DIY episode. Welcome to another episode of the Wastegate, where ordinary people talk about extraordinary cars. Today, I want to talk a little bit about form versus function. Now, quite frankly, when you think about form, if you own a 911, you've already fallen in love with the curves and the contours of this car. I mean, look at it. The silhouette is so unique. You're not going to mistake this car for any other car on the market. It's over time that you get deeper and deeper into ownership, traveling, daily driving this car, road trips, vacation rides. You become intimately aware with the functionality side of this car. And sometimes that leads to questions that make you wonder, is there a mod for this? Listen, today we're going to do 3 cost-containing mods that anybody can do that won't break the bank, and you can do them in less than 30 minutes. Now listen, in this do-it-yourself episode, these 3 mods, while relatively inexpensive, they're going to positively impact the overall accessibility of the car, the functionality, and the overall aesthetics. So let's jump into it. Okay, guys, we have our 3 items. We're going to install a European style corner marker light, a wind deflector for the windows when you let them down and you get that crazy buffeting noise from the wind. And then lastly, a tub for our frunk to hold all of our items. As usual, there'll be a link in the description below so that you can look and see where I got these items and what I paid for them. Let's get started. Now listen, if you're like me, you love a sunny day. Opportunity to let the sunroof open, let the windows down, and just cruise, take in the environment. But if you own a 911 and you tried that, you know that there's a secret level of window height that you have to negotiate on various days where if you don't, the wind will swirl around and buffet in your car, and it's just not an enjoyable experience. So what we're going to do to handle that is remove our triangle trim piece, and we're going to add a custom wind deflector to this. And hopefully that'll help us out on the buffeting. Hey guys, for this part of the DIY, we actually have to start on the inside to loosen the bolt that affixes the trim piece to the outside, and that starts with removing the inside trim piece. Now for this, we're going to need a pry tool that is designed for prying trim pieces apart without actually hurting the gentle leather here. We definitely don't want to do that. We're going to need a T20 Torx bit or a Torx screw, or if you don't have that handy, you can use a Allen wrench, appropriate size to fit. I have my trusty dusty multifunction Torx and Allen wrench thingamajig here that I like to use for everything, but a T20 is what you're going to need. So the first thing we want to do is to get in and gently pry this piece off, and it works up, and you have to just kind of work with it. Don't force it. And there it is. So it has a little wire here that you don't have to do anything with, but that gives you accessibility here to the Torx. Okay, so now we basically have to remove our exterior trim piece. We have that, and we'll push our screw here. We'll put that in a safe place. And now we have our wind deflector, which I purchased from AWE. You can get these in a couple of different places. So we'll just simply place this into a groove. And as you see, what makes this work is these ridges that are on the trim piece that channel the air around away from the window. So there's a groove here that this sits in. There's also a guide groove right here. So we want to put that on there from the top and drive it down. So you have to be careful when you're doing this. There is a rubber gasket here that you want to seal this on, sliding slightly down from the top. And you'll also see this lip here that curves down to set the seal. Now that we have that in place, we'll just do the reverse process by simply reaffixing the external trim piece with our T20. And we'll just snug that up. So you got to make sure that we catch it. All right, so we got that back in, and snug is all we want. We're not trying to break the bank here. So we have that in. That's not going anywhere. So then lastly, we just want to set this back in from a top-down motion, top in first. And we want to just gently press down, and you'll hear a click. And guess what? That's all done. And look at that. That's a professional fit, perfect fitment. And I've done this on previous 911s, and I got to tell you, it works like a charm. Okay, guys, so the first mod down and on to mod 2, which is going to address more of the aesthetics of the car. We're actually going to go from the US style amber marker lights to the European style. Now, fun fact, when I was hanging out with a buddy in Amsterdam last year, he had just bought a 911. His 911 was beautiful. He was getting off into the mods, but one of the things that he kept harping on is he couldn't wait to change out his marker lights from the clear to the amber American style. Go figure, right? We're changing from the American style to European style. You know what? It's true. The grass is always greener on the other side. So let's jump into this. Okay, guys, for pulling out the corner marker light, it's relatively simple. I like to just put pressure on the front firmly, not really forcing it in, but just kind of having leverage. I want to take my other hand, my right hand, and stick up behind and just kind of put backwards pressure, pulling this out gently. It will click out, but you're rotating it around, out and around, kind of to your left, and it'll click again. Then you just want to pull out. You have one wire here that has a press point release on the top. So you basically press that in and pull that out. It'll click out. Do the backwards process. Take this, stick it in, press, and it will click. You may not hear it, but you'll feel it. Then what you want to do is take the front, stick in at an angle, push forward, and then press in, and you'll get a click, and you'll have a nice flush fit. Now, you want to be careful not to peel back your PPF like I just did there. So what I'll have to do is give that a little bit of attention. So just because I peeled my PPF back a little bit, I'm just going to tuck that. Fortunately for me, well, fortunately or unfortunately, I hit a piece of rubber on the road, so I'm going to replace that front fascia PPF all the way around. But as you can see, that took no time at all. Now we can just compare the before and the after, and you can see the difference in the styles. European versus the American style. Okay, guys, so to our last mod, last but not least, is installing our cargo bed liner or our frunk liner, which is, you know what, out of all of these, I'm telling you, this is a must do for your frunk. This is a must do. And let me show you why. Okay, so just like most of you, I put stuff in my frunk. That's what it's for. Right now, I only have a travel bag that I keep my car accessories in, but from time to time, I'll have groceries that I may drop in there. And as with groceries, you have cartons of things that can waste. Even with my car accessories, look at that. Any of these chemicals can freeze or burst. And the last thing we want to do is have something to leak and soil our bed. Now, right now, stain free and immaculate. That's the way we want to keep it. Now, what I'm going to do is take this bag that you just saw me lift up, and I'm going to place it in our tray here. So now I can simply grab this tray by the handles, lift it up, and easily just place it in the frunk. Now imagine if you had milk or some liquid or some dried substance that wasted in the bottom of this. You can simply lift it up, take it out, wash it out, and your trunk stays clean still. And there you have it. How hard was that? Easy, right? 3 cost-containing mods that anybody could do in no time at all. And each one of these mods, again, add to the functionality of your 911, the aesthetics, and the accessibility. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY as much as I enjoyed doing it for you. And if you saw any value in it, hey, do me a favor. Click the like, share, and subscribe button, and please offer a comment below. Again, I'll offer links to the items that I use in the description below. But guys, in the meantime, please hit me up with your comments, give me some feedback, and by all means, if you subscribe, it doesn't hurt you, doesn't cost you anything, but it absolutely helps my page grow. Thanks so much, and I can't wait to see you on the next Wastegate video.